What's on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I wanted to let a few things kind of percolate in the MrBeast story so I could give you a more meaty update. I wish I could be providing an update to you that said, hey, he had come out and accepted responsibility and fired the right people and stopped worrying about having the appropriate response and just did the right thing. This is the same kind of couch lock paralysis via overanalysis that companies like Bud Light and now Harley Davidson are facing. They're too dang worried about coming out and saying the correct thing, and they're more worried about saying the correct thing, if you get what I'm saying. And really, MrBeast could have made all of this go away with one simple trick. Now there's more messages come out. There's a story that says he hired the same lawyer as that Harvey creep from Hollywood. He just keeps making it worse and worse for himself when all he had to do. I'm going to give you this information for free, MrBeast, should you ever be able to invent a time machine and go back and handle this right. The reason you're in this mess exclusively is because your friend, your trans friend, acted poorly, and you couldn't just fire them. You just couldn't fire them because you knew the left would eat you alive. Any normal person would be like, yo, my employee's using my name to hook up with people that he shouldn't be. You're fired. Issue statement. I disavow behavior. I fired them immediately when I found out. Carry on. We would have been done with this a month ago. But instead, he was like, oh, no. What if I lose my woke Hollywood connections? I just got this Amazon deal. Okay, well, instead of just doing that, I'm going to hide, obfuscate, turtle, and then I'm going to hire high-priced lawyers to come in and tell me that I need to give my employees sensitivity training. You don't need sensitivity training to know that you don't put your hands on people that don't want it, and you don't spend time with them before they're of age. It's pretty simple. Everybody knows that. I know that, and clearly I've never had sensitivity training. Now things continue to get worse as more stories come out. Now, obviously, there's a lot of hyping stuff up and saying, "Oh my God, I have a new leaked document, and now I really got him." MrBeast channel is not going to go away. It's not going to be removed off of YouTube. It's simply too large to fail. And many of his viewers are completely insulated from a lot of this coverage. Now, many of you have emailed me to tell me, hey, actually, my kids do know about it, and they heard about it online. But if you're using the YouTube Kids app, you generally don't see videos that are discussing this kind of stuff. And in an all-time PR disaster, I'm going to start with the most hilarious thing. MrBeast has reportedly hired the same lawyer as that Harvey creep. I mean, this can't be true. You see Rosanna Pansino, who's really grifting off of this hard. I respect it. Says MrBeast has hired Matthew Hiltzik's crisis management company. Matthew Hiltzik began his PR career at Weinstein's Miramax. Matthew Hiltzik is a lawyer and publicist who represents politicians and Hollywood figures. Shortly after MrBeast hired Matthew, a MrBeast company email was, quote, leaked. I believe that this was their first strategic move in attempting to rebuild Jimmy's image to the public. Well, what they're trying to do is say, hey, we're woke now. Why does being woke insulate you from having your employees putting their hands on people they shouldn't and using your name to get them into the bedroom? Don't know. But the left seems to think that that's okay. Just like the left seems to think that being trans is the most impenetrable plot armor in history. You see this video, the real MrBeast leaked document. Watch here. It says, hello, former MrBeast employee here. The video and insight from Rosanna paints a really good picture as to how Jimmy acts. A lot of this stuff is just people getting fake outraged. In this particular document that I've seen, there's really, there's very little that is wild. A lot of it's sales 101 stuff. And you see people are like, oh my God, he's perpetuating boys will be boys culture by saying it's okay for the boys to be childish. If talent wants to draw a wang on a whiteboard in the video or do something stupid, let them, assuming they know the risks and aren't missing the context on why it's not safe. People like when we're in our natural element of stupidity, really do like everything you can to empower the boys when filming and help them make content, help them be idiots. Well, I don't think I would be getting outraged about that because he creates content for kids. Kids, I grew up watching, Jackass and stuff like that. Kids crotch shots are legendary. Farts are still legendary. And I'm 40 years old. So I don't really see a lot of this stuff that the left is getting all really upset about. I don't see a lot of it as any big deal. It says here, we don't fake things. Make sure to prep contestants and try to create an environment where they feel comfortable talking. If you wrote a banger piece of content, but it's a 50-50 chance of working, write another piece of content. Content is limited. Don't be lazy. I want famous people in our videos, no dull moments in videos. You can't fake intensity. All this stuff is 100% fine. So a lot of this is like, oh my God. The crisis management company, I'm not surprised. Who we hired a lot of people see here. Not sure what's wrong with this. Viewers ask MrBeast or defend MrBeast after Rosanna Pansino leaks business document. Yeah, I don't think that there's anything wrong with this document. You see a lot of the tweets. I'm not sure what's wrong with this. It's true, and it's used more than just his company. I'm so confused. How is wanting to hire only the best employees controversial? Jimmy is spot on here. This is a winning mentality. C players can go work on baking channels. Who's to say all the A's are his friends? I've got a feeling he's going to need to be trimming some of them as well. I mean, again, I don't think, you're either an A player, B player, C player. We only want A players. This is just basic stuff, right? But this stuff is not basic. This, according to Drama Alert, who seems to have a pretty, I would say, live connection to a lot of the drama. Now, the partner of MrBeast's friend Chris, the biological man who many say abandoned his family and robbed his son of a father figure to pursue a fetish. That's what other people say. It's interesting. I think a lot of people agree with that. And the recent behavior that we've seen absolutely, looks like it to me. And then apparently the person at the center of it all has also responded to these messages indicating that the DMs are real and suggested that only Chris and their partner, Erit, could have had access to them. So I think Chris's partner is another biological male. So the account claims MrBeast is afraid of inflaming the situation that could anger their corporate investors. Well, duh, any idiot can know that. Ava Chris Tyson is, quote, disgusted by the person that they used to be, allegedly. Yeah, okay, I'm sure, because they got caught. Allegedly, Chris didn't know the age of an individual. They wish they had never engaged with the guy who drew those cartoons. Yeah, this is all easy to say now once you've been caught. You don't wish you didn't do that. You wish you didn't get caught. Also, MrBeast's team, here's a couple of kind of bombshells. There's an HR investigation into various claims, but MrBeast doesn't allegedly want, quote, anyone to say anything publicly in case it causes more things to flare up online. Well, duh. And then MrBeast's team is preventing Chris Tyson from talking. Any response would flare stuff up again. Duh. I'm sure he's paying Chris Tyson to be quiet. MrBeast and the Beast CEO had claimed tears in their eyes, had alleged tears in their eyes after Chris's tweet was posted and then later regretted it. Proper third-party investigations are being done into everything that's been brought up. I don't believe that. Corporate investors currently do not want Chris to have any social media presence for a number of years. Well, I would argue that all of this sounds very believable. It's entirely likely that all this is true just from a business perspective. And if you think of the MrBeast empire and you look at the behavior that his so-called friend, by the way, no friend would behave like this. You know, no friend of yours, they're not a friend of yours if they're willing to put your entire empire at risk so they can get their rocks off. That's not a friend. It's important to clarify these claims are being made by Drama Alert, are not being made by Drama Alert. They originate from a, quote, anonymous account, which is allegedly belonged to moderator for Chris's partner. DMs posted by this account have been indicated as real, but by the alleged person on the other side of things. So, I mean, how much of this stuff is real? Well, it sure looks like a lot of the DMs are real. You end up with a lot of stuff, a lot of corroborations here. You see a lot of the replies. Chris 100% knew their age, and such a wild claim, especially to say that the server was, quote, deleted as soon as he found out. You could see, is it another dude? So they're gay guys cosplaying as women. So Chris really isn't fired. He's just completely behind the scenes, but still on the company dime. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's absolutely, I would not be surprised in any way, shape, or form that that they're going to have to pay Chris out a massive amount of money to go away. And he's going to take it if he's smart, because he could support his family and his son for the rest of their life. They're going to say, here's $5 million, delete your social media, go away. That's it. That's what from a business perspective, that's what I would absolutely see happening. You see Lava responding, there's so much wrong in this section. They definitely knew, you know, the age, this kind of stuff. I wasn't an on-site employee. It keeps getting worse for this dude. I mean, people are definitely turning on them, and, you know, Chris is cooked. All of this, okay, could have gone away if MrBeast wasn't so worried about being canceled by the left and just fired a person for bad behavior. It had nothing to do with them being trans and everything to do with them being predatory. Fire them, move on. But he refused to do that. And so now this smolders on for week 3 or 4 now, and it's not going to go away until he makes a public statement. Let me know what you think. I know there's a new video coming out from Dogpack 404 that's going to re-inflame everything. I'm sure MrBeast is trying to pay him off. I mean, I would be if I were MrBeast. It'll be interesting to see. Let me know what you think of this story in the comment section down below. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.